Hi, my name is Roxy Lopez. I'm with The Truth Denied. This is a Chemtrails Kill production. This is everything you wanted to know, the questions that you've been emailing us and asking us about some of the history of Evergreen. And your answers are to follow. Hopefully we answer a lot of your questions in this small piece. Now, in our first video, you discovered that Evergreen is located in Reno County's Pinal Air Park. Our team filmed it December 3rd, 2010. It was heavily scrutinized. We expected to go into the public air park, have some coffee, check out the planes in the boneyard. Come to find out, it was Evergreen International Aviation. Also home to the training of the National Guard and the CIA. Now, if you're headed east on Interstate 10, southeast, you can look west and see this right before you take that Pinal exit. When you get off the exit, you will run into this. Guards, security, all around the area. Now, when we approached Evergreen, the guards asked us to leave right away. It is authorized personnel only, and the red sign says so. But we talked to the guards anyway. Now, FYI, Evergreen was recently sold to a company called Relativity. And you can Google that and look it up. I'll give you a little information on that. It's a private equity firm. It's Relativity Capital is what it's called. It acquired Evergreen Maintenance Center. Now, Pinal Air Park is secured and patrolled, again, by helicopters. It is not accessible to the general public, unbeknownst to many of you who have been posting on the first YouTube video. It is not open to the public, and it is surveyed by black helicopters. Now, based in Arizona, EMC claims to be the largest aircraft storage and maintenance facility in the world. EMC has a long history of providing best-in-class MRO services. That business is well positioned for growth. These are the comments of Relativity. This is the sky over Evergreen facility. You can barely see the mountain that's right there behind it. Pinal Air Park is a former CIA airfield. It was the headquarters for CIA air cargo. This included airlines such as Air America and South Air Transport. John Weeks' blog says the CIA eventually phased out much of its covert air operations. Did they know? And this is across the street, Missile Base Road. They also store many airliners on the airfield for future use as cargo transports. This includes the Boeing 747. Now, these are pilots' testimonies. Take a look. Intermountain was the Evergreen's former owner. Just so you know, the CIA's security doctrine for Intermountain was hide it in plain sight, and that is exactly what they did with the facility. Some of Evergreen's own stored aircraft have been known to raise eyebrows, like this plane. Helicopter. James Wolfenden, program manager, said 63 agencies took part last year in those exchanges. And the U.S. Border Patrol, the U.S. Customs Service, the State Department's Bureau of Diplomatic Security. The list goes on and on. We did find the Homeland Security Center, but this is in Florence, and it's about 45 minutes away from Evergreen. Now, the Oregonian Post, August 22nd, you might want to take a look at that. As well as the Tucson Daily Star. CIA headquarters in Washington, D.C. denied the crash in the recent frame. Pinal Air Park is and has been the perfect cover for Evergreen. This is becoming quite obvious. Tucson Daily Star later printed a story about Edgar Mitchell. You might want to look at that. Check that story out. These are actual footages of the aircraft with the chemtrails. These clouds are incredible. That's the moon in the shot on the top bar, and in between those two. Quite incredible. Really, really thick chemtrails. Now, in 75 March, the assets of Intermountain Aviation were transferred to Evergreen Helicopters. And Delford Smith, Evergreen's president, quickly set up a new Evergreen International Airlines. Evergreen hired George Arnston Duell Jr. as a $20,000 a year consultant for the firm. Military contracts were included. These are suspicious. Please read them. Evergreen Air Center Gate was used for private access for the National Guard, by the way. Again, it is not open to the public. Subleases on record include the U.S. Department of Treasury and the Forest Service. This is interesting relationship. And what about those Evergreen supertankers? What about that fleet? And what is its priority application, being that I was told by Evergreen that only one of them is to put out fires? We do investigate that in our next video. We have been in touch with Evergreen, and we will show you exactly what we have found out with the supertanker fleet. And this conversation with Evergreen Aviation is documented, and the Truth Denied will release it by July of 2011. Now, we've consulted quite a few websites for this video. They're all posted here, but for easier access, please just look under the name of this video in the information section, and you're free to take any of the links that we provided for you, including the live flight tracking for KMZJ. Now, Mark McCallish, an aviation expert, is going to be our guest on our radio show June 24th, so be sure to check in often on our YouTube channel. We will cover the Evergreen supertanker story. See the GIC network for the Truth Denied Talk radio show with your host, Roxy Lopez. If this video was informative for you, please pass it on, and remember, the truth never lies.